Crazy how this thing called love. Just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. That's why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. You to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I love the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. You to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa,
And this is the spot that you want to come to when you want to indulge in great soul food. Here we offer collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese. We have the fish and grits, shrimp and grits on Sundays, of course, and a lot of other soul food norms added with a little bit of our fusion. Chef Summer Duffin is the chef in the kitchen, and just come on down and check us out. You will not regret it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a wonderful Saturday morning. And as you rise, it's 43 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island, in the lower 40s. It's a wake up to New Year's Day. So by this time tomorrow, we'll be into New Year's Day. By 12 o'clock in the morning, the ball will drop in New York. And that will be at 12 a.m. So to all of you, my viewers out there, I wish you all a happy, happy, happy New Year. Not only that, a prosperous New Year. Because nothing can happen without cash, man. We need cash. And that is an enabling power for all of us. So I wish you all a prosperous New Year as well. A lot been happening in our country, man. A lot. Henry Costa went back home. We'll see that soon. We had the All-Liberian Party convention recently, where we saw Benin Ayure addressing his people. And we've been listening to all the playback news from the course of the year. So let me see if my partner, Mr. Melvin Deshe, is coming on this morning. Melvin, you there? So these are some of the things we're going to be dealing with. Since I don't know where I think Melvin is bereaved this morning, but yeah, he is. Melvin?
Yeah.
How you got some bad news?
Yeah, the news not good. It's a bad news for the beginning of the new year for me. I'm here in Belgium. 8 degrees this morning, and it's cloudy. I had a bad news of my uncle John Deshe that passed away last night.
There's a few. Yeah, too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you clear.
Yeah, but that's a double. What happened is
You hear me now, clear?
you always me, but I can hear.
But where's the echo coming from? Because I see the echo.
Because I can hear from your house. Myself. Turn the phone. Why you didn't?
Okay. You hear me now?
I can always. But I hear in your house. It's coming back.
The echo? You hear it?
It's not here.
Where is it coming from?
The speaker.
No speakers in today.
What you got there? Your computer.
Yeah, I'm using the computer.
Turn the phone.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Hello. Keep going. Testing.
Hello, testing.
No problem. I can hear myself in your home.
Oh. Well, I don't know where it's coming from my side. Yeah, serious.
There's a feedback. Anyway. So let's just go ahead. We'll fix it. I just hope. You see, this thing, it be a bad. Years. People can hear us. We gotta get here my post. Go on, come.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry we were having a problem with this volume thing. I thought we had overcome that. But anyway, let me bring I was talking about Benin and Ayure first. Let me finish with Benin and Ayure. Benin and Ayure has a convention this week. We're talking about how we should change Liberia. And one of the emphasis he was making that Liberia should step up and the older folks should step back. That didn't sound bad. So the whole while he was talking that, he said that, I don't know if it was a tape, but he said that more than once the Liberia should step up and the older folks should move back. So I was wondering, and where you stand on all of this? Then he came out and said that after this tenure, which this is a convention, they just elected him now. They just elected him for the next 6 years or whatever term the convention is for. So he said after this tenure, he will not run no more. So, but he has to do certain things before he can retire. He said, you back? Hold on, let me remember him.
Yeah.
Testing. I guess.
Testing. Yeah, testing.
Nothing wrong. I can hear your host.
But you don't think the problem from your side?
No, not from us.
Yeah, I hear you clear, and
I know the sugar high. So it's coming into me. Fix it now.
but I do not have the speakers in. This is the problem.
Where's your mic? What's your mic?
This is my mic. This is my mic.
Put it in.
But my mic, yeah.
Come back. I'm sorry, folks. But this is, so you were saying you should step back. And this is his last tenure and all of this. I thought you were going to say, I'm going to retire now so somebody can take over. But he says that before you retire, you got to do something. You got to build the headquarters for the APL or ALP in Bon County. So I'm like, how long would that take? How long would that take? You got to build something in Bon County. How long would that take? So if they take the whole tenure and the next tenure, you extend your tenure again? Testing.
Is it all right?
Yes. Now it's all right. I can't hear myself.
But I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
What's the problem? You put your mic in?
When I take out the mic, then I will be able to hear you. Hello, I can hear you. Talk now.
Hello.
Okay, but when I put the mic in, say hello.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
I told you that I headset. If you don't want to, I can't work. I can hear myself.
You hear yourself now?
No, I can't. I can still hear myself.
But then the mic is off. I don't know, man. Serious.
I told you
Yeah, I have not gotten the time to go out to get it yet. I heard you.
When you get it. Okay, so I'm sorry, folks. But anyway, that's the situation. Because if you're going to leave the party, if you're going to turn over to old people, don't come and say this thing now if you have no intention of doing it now. Then you say a condition of you leaving is for the building of the headquarters to be completed in Boakai. Then he said, "Oh, let me tell you, it will not be completed. It will not take too long. It might be completed faster than you think." That's nonsensical nonsense. That's not that politics. That is same fooling around with words. If you're going to resign, resign. And to make things even worse, he says that Boakai, if Boakai take anybody as VP who is 50 years old and below, they mustn't run again for any office. They must only run for one term. That's asinine. How can Bernard do you say that kind of thing? That if Boakai, first of all, Boakai is only running for one term. Boakai is in the 80s. After 6 years, there's no guarantee Boakai will even be senile enough to run for another term. He might not even be alive, or he'll be too old to run. So I don't understand why Bernard. You see, when these people come, and right now our country is so bad with leadership. Look at all the stealing going on in our country. Look at all the stealing going on, the deception, the lies. Going on, you tell us one story about lies about how the mining company, the agreement they signed, the company has no equipment, nothing. They're not using the railways from Cape Mount or from Cape Mount down to Monrovia. They're not using it, and the trucking at night. They're stopping all the cars from moving, stopping all the people and all these heavy equipment. They bring in diamonds and all that. He didn't say diamonds. He said, but they're not only bringing iron ore. So when he says that, we know where else to bring it. He said, bring all kind of other materials from the mine and any big trucks. They're coming through town at night, stopping all the traffic. And then they give them $1 million to fix the road. Instead of taking the money to fix the road, they gave $25,000 to the local community to buy cement to patch the holes in the road. I mean, then Edward Snow comes on and denies all of that. This is on Spoon TV now. He denies all of that, and he tells us that Fargon is calling him every day for position. Fargon is frustrated. So why do we have Fargon on? It shows and all these things, and this misinformation and lies, and most of it is not lies either. Look at our roads. Look at our leadership. Look at the money that getting missing in our country. Every day money getting missing. It's not strange. It's not strange. So let's go back to Bernard now. He's telling us that Boakai, anybody 50 years old and under or older, I give a damn what he said about that. But they must do only one for one term. Who is he to determine that? He been standing bearer now for how long? For 3, 4, 5 elections? For ALP, that's his party. I mean, you see there are more people sitting in the room there. That's his party. Boakai ain't gonna run no more. If Boakai win this term, if God bless him to survive his tenure for this term, he may not be able to run again. So if somebody 50 years old, who 50 would be 56 years old at the end of Boakai term, they must commit themselves not to run again for any position because Bernard you proposing that. You see, you try to make yourself relevant, and that's irrelevance. Right in your party there, somebody pick some young person to run. 50 years old is young. Just like Weah. Weah young and immature. He's 50. Some people don't grow into maturity in their late 50s. So just imagine, if you die in your 50s, you never got to maturity. You're still a little kid in the head. What kind of president won't play football, basketball, tennis, everything? He's not mature yet. Because when I look at Weah playing all the time, my body hurts. I said, I can play football today, basketball tomorrow. I will not wake up. I will not wake up. And you can't do those kind of things. So that right there, that tells us the kind of leadership we have, man. Everybody just come up and say all kind of things. So let's look at Casa, and we talk about Harold Casa's situation. Casa returned to Liberia yesterday on the 30th. He said we'll return on the 30th. I don't know if he did on the 29th or he did on the 30th. but people went to meet him at the airport yesterday. So the people that went to meet him at the airport were him for the people. Okay, that were his loyal. Those were his loyalists that went to. He 4 wise men. I don't want to play into all this thing 4 wise men thing, but his 4 wise men. This is what happened when we try to our people so into the Bible that everybody want to quote the Bible. And everybody has not read the Bible. Yes, it's good to quote the Bible. There are certain passages that all of us know. You can quote that. But when you start quoting other things and having fun and drinking all the kind of things, then you go quote the Bible and misquote the Bible, you create problems for yourself. We know either you're drunk or something wrong because Casa knows the Bible. Casa has quoted the Bible more than once. He's knowledgeable of the passages of the Bible. So for Casa to come here and tell us that there are 4 wise men, and we know there are now 4 wise men, there were never 4 wise men, he must be drunk. Something wrong right there. He having a jolly good time. So you see that's the difference with politics and reality. You can't hold him to that. Yeah, what jolly. He was coming. It wasn't like he went to a convention and he was standing up making a speech from the book and he put there 4 wise men. So when he come back from the airplane, he tired. You don't know what kind of condition you are under. You don't know what kind of booze he had been drinking. It's not that he was leading a protest or anything. So we got to be mindful of certain things because certain things don't matter to certain people. Yeah, he made a mistake for 4 wise men. So what? We know they're not 4. There were never 4 wise men. So Casa either was drunk or happy or getting sleep. Something was wrong with him. So it's funny. It's for joking. Yeah. But it ain't matter. Okay? So he slipped on the tongue of his baby. We know Casa know the Bible. But that was one of the things. Is he a political force in Liberia? That is the question. Let's look at the tape and see. Then we'll talk about it a little bit. Then we'll move on to other things we got to talk about.
After that short break, we are back. And so Africa 24 Line TV, if you are there, I'd like to say, kindly share this live broadcast. We are now here at Broad Street, the Unity Party headquarters, where Henry Costa is going to be giving words to his supporters after 2 years out of the country. Now he's back. And so we are finally here at the Unity Party headquarters. Jackson, Georgia is my name. Thanks for rejoining us. Thanks for
remarks. I'm going to play this role as the Vice Chairman for Administration of the Council of Patriots. So, on behalf of the Executive, the International and the National Executive of the Council of Patriots, we want to welcome you to this ceremony. We want to welcome you to this welcome ceremony. There's a dog statement I'm using, right? Welcoming you to a welcome ceremony of our most powerful chairman, Chairman Henry Pedro Costa. Thank you very, very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. I am very humbled. To say I'm humbled is an understatement. I am prostrated at your feet in gratitude. Eternal, dying gratitude for the love you have shown to me. 40 years ago, I was born in a little village called Mashi Town. My power when I reach, my mind when I reach. But look at me today, I stand here, good people like you. One of the mistakes leaders is that they forget what the people do for them, by giving them power or by uplifting them. should never forget. I want to take this time to thank my team. Several teams we have. Our team that traveled all the way from the United States with me to be here today. They put this whole thing together from that end. 15 individuals bought their own plane tickets, took time off work to come to Liberia to stand shoulder to shoulder with us because they are patriots. That's of the Council of Patriots. They want a better Liberia. Then I also want to thank our team on the ground. The Vice Chair for Administration, the Youth Wing Chair, all of our officials, Brother Mike Fire Davis, Sylvester Davis, every one of you, I cannot name all of you. I want to thank you for putting this together in our absence. Then I want to thank you once again, all of you, for coming here since this morning. When this thing started, they said, oh, the hero now go from hero to zero because they didn't see the thousands of you at the airport. The people were coming. They didn't know the people were coming. But look now, look what it has turned to be. Then after you, I want to give the greatest thanks to God. God Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega, the author and finisher of our faith. The God who gave us life to be standing here today. We thank Him. This country will rise once again. I always say this. Liberia is a good woman who throughout her life has never known a good man. She has only been with bad men.
Oh, why you?
Good woman, she takes care of the children, she takes care of the man, she does everything to keep the house going strong. But the husband does not appreciate her. He treats her badly. He treats her badly, physically, psychologically, and mentally. And when you go to her and tell her that you are a good man and she should leave that bad man and be with you, she will not even understand what you mean. Because all her life, all she will know is a bad man. But one day, when that good woman finds a good man and she goes and be with that good man, that good woman will never go back to a bad man. The Liberian people find a good leader. The day this beautiful woman called Liberia finds a good husband, she will never go for a bad husband. Because now she will raise the stake. Now she knows what it means to have a good president or a good leader who cares about the people, who will not spend $1.5 million to go and watch a football game. A good for nothing president who is not going to you and talk to you. He goes into a church from a pulpit. He's a weakling. He is not a leader. A leader stands in front of the people. And no matter how difficult the time, he speaks to the people. And even if the people do not believe him, but he has the courage and the tenacity and the intellectual capacity to do it. But not a self-seeking, conceited, grateful. I want to say this. No playground. Hold on. Thank you. Fire. Yeah. You see, we are on this country. Nobody owns this country more than the other person. Nobody is more Liberian than the other person. That's peace. That's blessing. In 10 months from now, we will have a new president in the nation. His son not playing for America. The governor in Ghana. They got told all over the place. The family right here. He's been married for 50 years. He's a family man. He's a deacon in the church. He's not a fake pastor. He's a truly decent, honorable, humble man. And when he becomes president, he will lift this country up, and then he will prepare us, the young people, and he will turn it over to us. We will move to this country, and Liberia will become what it can be, that sweet land of liberty. Not sweet land of liberty for a few people, not sweet land of liberty for Congo people, or country people, but for all Liberians. Some of you ask me why.
Okay, that was Henry Carson's message to the crowd today. Now, what does that mean? We see all these people around Castor now. We know in Monrovia, when Castor was coming from the airport there, he had with his real supporters there. But when you hit Monrovia, it becomes sensational. You got your band, Castor had band, he had all your security around the car, the noise. In Monrovia, everything is sensationalized. So he coming down Broad Street, and he was in Sinker there. You are in Sinker there, so you know right there, all the people around him. So was that a real depiction of Castor's supporters, or his supporters plus onlookers from Monrovia? You see, everybody was there cheering for Boakai, yeah, Boakai. Everybody cheering for Boakai. I'm not a partisan. But all of this goes to say, too, that you can't take Castor lightly. We didn't see police people out there flexing their muscle. We didn't see Jefferson Koji and his thugs out there trying to counter-protest. There were no counter-protests. You saw counter-protests? There were no counter-protests. So that just goes to show there are people in our community that have the power to check our government too. Is Castor one of them? Well, we didn't see Koji. Koji didn't say a word. We haven't heard from Koji yet. He always coming out everything and saying, oh, there'll be counter-protest. If anything having this and this. We didn't hear that. The police wasn't out there feeding everybody there today. Maybe they didn't anticipate this amount of people coming around Castor. So for me, I'm not a politician. I look at the crowd. I cannot say whether all of them are Castor supporters or not. I will know he Joseph Boakai man, and what he was saying out there were in the effort of Joseph Boakai. But before I end my show today, I really want to, my New Year message, I really want to talk to my Liberian people. You know, sometimes I come to talk, people say, oh, that Chesson, that Congo ball, they party, enjoy this. I don't give a damn about that. I know where I come from. People who know me know where I come from. I ain't all that. I don't take myself to be all that. The world is too difficult and complicated for people to put themselves on their own heads. I ain't got time for that, man. I just want to live my life. I want to live a fair and decent life. That's all I want. And the same thing I want for my people, man. It is possible for us to attain it. It's not far-fetched for us to live together in peace and harmony. It's not far-fetched for all of us to seek for us to each other to enjoy some of the wealth of our country. It's not far-fetched. What far-fetched about that? It's not far-fetched. But you got to believe in it. You got to want it. You can't see the realities before you. And you ignore the realities to go learn how to steal. No, it doesn't make us men and women. No. And that's what I try to tell you all. No, look at all the years I suffered, man. You know how I suffered? Huh? From 1980, the whole country was against me. I suffered in Liberia for 2 years going to law school. I walked. Everywhere I went, I walked. I used to walk 20 miles a day because I had to go look for food. I had to go do things, man. Anything I did, I had to walk. I didn't have money. I wasn't going to beg people. No. I didn't know who to beg. I didn't know who was my enemy. You know, I'm walking, I see people pointing to me or in the car. I was public enemy number one for many years. You see, that were all the things don't bother me. I'm used to it. I went to law school. I didn't have money, but I was thankful that it admitted me to law school. You can't imagine how happy I was because I had nothing else. I couldn't work. I couldn't do nothing else. So I said, let me go to school. Would they let me go to school? Yes, they let me go to school. So when I went to school, they didn't stop us from going to school. It would have been hell if they had tried. So we went to school, and that was one of the things we enjoyed. I enjoyed. I don't know about I'm saying we because everybody who connected to me has something to do with my life. And as I went to law school, as I kept going to school, the dietitian saw me going to school. She called me to eat every morning in the dining room. So I had a free meal. My friend Michael Wilson told his parents they might leave me food every day. So I had my lunch. So I walked to school to eat my bread. I had to walk into town to eat my lunch, sit down, talk a little bit, walk back to school for my classes because all my law school classes started after 3 o'clock in my second and third year. But so I had the morning to do my lesson, I was in law school. So I did it. I didn't have books. I had to leave my house 5 o'clock in the morning to go to law school. Go sit down in the corner there from 7 to open the law school at 7 in the morning. From 7:30 to 12 o'clock, I sit in the study. Then from 12 to 1 and 2, 3, I go downtown to come back. If I was going to eat, to be prepared for my classes at 3 o'clock. I'm not leaving there at 9 o'clock at night. That was a daily routine. I was doing the 4 law courses. So it wasn't easy. But you see me crying on anybody. You see me falling down and blaming anybody. No, all of us went through the struggle together. And that's what you got to understand. It's not a one-man thing. It's not a one-woman thing. We can't forget our past. Yes, we must go after those who started our war. We must go because that war was started to rip our country of its wealth and resources. That's all our war was started about. No, we could have gotten rid of the door. The door was no problem. But it was start a war to kill all our people and punch our country in this kind of debacle we're in right now. It was evil, man. Now where our country is today, everybody just coming and stealing, and our country just going down. My people, it's up to us to change the direction and destiny of our country and people. It's up to us. And only men and women will go through shit in life and come out and not wanting to hate people, not wanting to destroy people, not wanting revenge or vengeance, or still fighting for the people that they care for. All of us being in this together, man. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just telling you, enough is enough. I see the stealing. I see the sufferings. Look at my people displaced all over the place. It's not right. You gotta come to your consciousness, man. What people do in us in our country is not right. It's not good. It's not right. Some people don't want to hear it. But I'm not here to preach no big messages. I'm just here to tell you it's not right. And we can change these things. We can change these things. But we must be sincere to ourselves. Everybody will say, oh, let's change. We can do this. We can do that. Are they sincere to themselves? That's the only problem with our country. Everybody wants us to change and change. But you can't just change to that. You got to know what you want to change for. Everybody knows that when you smoke and you do drugs and things like that, nobody can help you until you ready to get off the drugs. People can talk to you every day. Just a cigarette too. You smoke a cigarette. I've seen people use the patch. My wife uses the patch, the dash, the lash. I told her, I said, stop when you want to stop. Don't stop when other people tell you to stop smoking. No, it's something that concerns you. If you know it bother your health, if you know it will kill you, you will stop it. That's why I stopped smoking. I used to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day when I left the army because it was tough for me, man. It was tough. Yeah, I was an educated guy in this army doing this man job every morning. It was worse than playing basketball. It was worse than playing football. It was everything you ever did. It was a new life for me. So I was smoking. I was joining everybody. Everywhere I went, I had 2 packs of cigarettes on me. When sometimes we go for camp in a month, we go to train in a month. We ain't seeing civilization for 1 month, 2 months. All you got is a cigarette. You just sit there and smoke all day. And that what made it worse, I was a medic. As a medic, when we go in the field, I was with field artillery. I'm not a gunny. I'm not a gun bunny. But gun bunny are the guys that shoot the gun. I'm not one of them. My job in the field is to support them. So as a medic, when we go in the field, they go and set up their guns and things. My tent is on the other side by myself. I'm by myself with my tent sitting down there, sleeping, reading. I can't do nothing on my job just to sit there to attend to the men. I can't do no work in the field. So they used to assign me to the mess hall to help I used to love it because you eat all day when you're working with the cooks. So they used to assign me to work with the cooks. But that just goes to show. Everything has its time. Everything has its place. Everything has its meaning. And for us as a people, we got to understand that. It doesn't take educated people to understand the basis of life. Look around here, my people. For time immemorial, all the rich people just living large, man. And the poor people in our country suffering. I heard people talking how they never been to school all their lives. They've been from childhood, they never had childhood. Now they grow up, some people, they lost their mind and power. They lost their whole family and they're still grieving. And the same people that killed our people are still ruling our nation today, telling us, let bygone be bygone. Forget about the past. That's why I said, how you can forget the past? Only if you don't love your people, you forget the past. You know, I love all my people. Because I come from a diverse community, man. I come from I was raised by different people. Different people. So for me, I can't compare myself to other people. Everybody got their own ground to stand on. Everybody got their own footing for where they want to be. But as Liberian people, we got to be conscious of our lives. Everybody in the different country changing. Even here in Rhode Island, people demanding more low-cost housing. You see the people protesting. Look at in our state right now. All the housing people, the homeless people at the state house where the governor work, they're sleeping right in the front there because they don't have. They say they want more better places. They want warmer places. They want more places. There are not enough places for homeless people. All over America, they're talking about homeless people in California, where all these people are homeless. Because people realize that if you are an elector or a candidate, if you take care of the people in your community, there are things they can do to hurt your candidacy, to hurt your leadership. So as a people, if we're not conscious of our own well-being, we're not conscious of our own state of survival in our country, our leaders will not take care of us. Our leaders are ignorant people. Let's lay on the line. Let's be frank. Our leaders are callous people. They're so dumb and evil, they have no time for us. Look at our country. People who care for their country, because if you're a leader who care for your people, who love your people, you will try to make their lives easier. You go out of your way to make life easier for them. Because as a leader, they put you on a pedestal. They do everything to make life easier for you and your children. You don't clean up, you don't work, you don't do nothing. As a leader, all they want you to do is make their lives easier. Find ways to bring money, bring jobs, bring opportunities. That's all your job. Then when you pick a rock, then when you sweep the floor, you got all of those amenities in your reach. So if you really love your country, you go there with a heart to devote yourselves to making changes for the betterment of your country. Not to just rip our country off. I told you I was working at the finance ministry. You all know how in those days on the door, you all know how it was easy to steal. I couldn't steal. I couldn't. I got a kind of serious moral compass. I just love my country. I was just a young patriot coming up who believed in doing things for my country and not robbing my country, building my country up. That was my strong belief in that today. If I can't help you out, I won't work with you. Why would I want to rob you? That's not my mentality. So when I had problem with Toba too. As people on Cotton, me and Steve Toba were always into it. We're always into it because I always condemning hip hop because of this nepotism bullshit. Putting all your family people in government, all your relatives and things like that. Enriching your family at the expense of our country. We're always into it. Because I didn't care about the people. I didn't care. I care about my country. And if you really care about your country, you will look at your life. First, look at yourself. Don't look at other people. Look at your life and your condition. All of you living in the swamp, in the slum, walking over muddy water, shitting in zinc things over the river. Look at your lives. They're not good life. They're not good life. The government owe you more. The government owe you better. But because you do not know better, man, because we've been living in this kind of low societal mentality for so long, man, we accept things. And I'm telling you, we don't have to accept it. We don't have to accept it. And then they say we country, we divide it. No. It's the way our leaders treat us that make us divided. When you become educated, when you become civilized, it doesn't matter whether you're Congo, whether you're country, whether you're from Basso, from Ningmao. When you get educated and you get civilized, that means You know hygiene. You know to take care of your body and your health. You know cleanliness. All of that we in hygiene too. But that's a different kind of hygiene, cleaning yourself and cleaning your house and surroundings. When you know all those kind of things, you will not tolerate people coming to your house and just messing it up or not taking care of themselves. It matter where you come from. It matter who you are. That's why I be telling you, I tell all of this. I used to drive you over to every time I take to the children in my car, we sit down and talk. I would tell them, look, it matter where you born. That one of the things Chris Fuma didn't understand. He said, oh, you grew up in the market? Yes, I grew up in the market. And I wanted the blessings in my life because plenty of people got to know me. Who I was, my character. Why you think I survived after the war? Because of my childhood. Plenty of people knew me. Plenty of poor people who were in the army and military and things like that, they knew me from childhood. I told you I know a Carlos Gray, I know Solomon George, I know all of them grown-up boys that who are lawmakers now. I know all of them. They know me too. Very well. Very well. They know me. So we know each other. Our country not big. The only people who don't know people in our society that don't big shall we send their children to Europe and America to school. But all of us who went to school in Liberia, we know each other. We grew up together. We may not have the same social settings, but we know each other. We came across each other every now and then. And that's why I'm telling you, we can change. We can do it better. I had to talk to my poor people because most of my colored people will be jealous of me. Because where I come from, some people never expect me to be like this. When I challenge people, they were just to be challenging me. I got a lot of enemies. And I will not lie to you because I'm a straightforward person. I learned certain things I had to learn on my own. And I'm a versatile person. I learned music. I learned dancing. My aunt who raised me, she made sure I learned everything. I learned everything. Well, in Germany, I was with a German family. People invited me to go for Christmas, so I sing with a German family. I started singing Edelweiss and all the other people freaked out. All them follow, oh, African man singing Edelweiss. Edelweiss are those small white flowers that do the German national flower and things like Edelweiss. But they sing it in sound of music. So if you're versatile and you listen to music and you love movies, you love singing songs and singing movies and narrative, blah, 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 blah. If you love different things, you pick up on different things. I love the sound of music. I'm a musician. When I stopped playing music, I told someone, yo, I was playing scales. I was playing church music in the church. But the only reason why I stopped because my teacher just cracked the hell out of my finger. Charlotte Watkins, man. That woman, hell on earth, man. That woman, and her house was big, man. The piano was way in the front, facing the yard. And you there playing your scales. And you know skills, you got to know how to play that thing because when you reach to that level of playing music, you got to know what you're doing. Because your head's moving, you're going up and down on the keyboard, touching the dark keys, the white keys, going painting the bars and all that, going finger over finger, hand over hand, and that. That means you into deep music. And that's where I was. I was playing deep music. So that woman would be in the kitchen, okay, man. She would leave me. I'll be playing my music. She would go in the kitchen. Where down the road? Where down the hall? And I'm there. And I press one wrong key and my finger just slipped and hit the black bar instead of hitting the key. Before I could turn around, that woman be over me. On my fingers. Oh! Ask anybody in Liberia who knows, in Monrovia who knows Charlotte Watkins. Old Mom Charlotte Watkins. Ask anybody who knows her. She's a crack the hell out of your fingers, man. Oh, Lord. So after I moved on into high school, I was doing better things and my interest changed. I already started understanding my interest because by the time I got to high school, I knew I wanted to do political science in college. That's why I went to college. I wasn't confused. Some people go to college, they don't know what they want to do. Same thing in life. They come in life, they don't want to know what to do. And this is what we're facing right now. We got too many young people in our country that don't know what they want to do. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge because when you don't know what to do, you are susceptible to deception, to lies, to betrayal, to all the negative things that take up all course of our dreams. Everybody got dreams. You may not know what you want to do in college or thing, but you have some idea of where you hope to be in life. All people always ask people, what you want to be? What you want to do? All these kind of questions. They matter. They matter because they tell us what our interests are and what we're going to pursue in life as men and women. So we call it all our young people to leadership now. Are our young people ready for leadership? Our old people in Liberia are not even ready for leadership. Look at Boakai. Boakai can't make decisions. That's Boakai problem. Boakai scared to make decisions. You can't be scared to be wrong. You can't be right in everything you do. But as an old man, you have a knowledge, a greater knowledge of things that are right than things that are wrong. So when you have that greater knowledge, you can't let fear of making decisions or failing hold you back. Joseph Boakai doesn't want to fail, so he doesn't want to make decisions because everybody come close to you rubs off on you. They rub off on you. He don't want to take somebody that will have some kind of secret thing going on them. Just as the American president, that would vet all the people the president want to be vice president. Because you take anybody that got issues, those issues at that point you take can affect you as a poor decision maker. The same with Elliot Cummings. That was some other problem with Elliot Cummings. Because you know most of the people Elliot Cummings associating with are corrupt. I know felons. I know dishonest people. So when you come and say you want to change things, you want to change society, everything can be the same, then we see you associating with the same people and not building leadership in our country. You got to build leadership. If you associate with the same people, you can't build leadership. Okay? So you got to find people who are similar to the people you want to get. There are people similar to Louis Bryan or people in Liberia, but you got to vet them. When these people stand up, right now you may not know who they are, but you give them the power and tell them to stand up and do this and watch them as they stand up and take the lead. They will do it. But nobody got confidence in them because everybody in our country go to the same people over and over. So now you say, oh, let's try that. Oh, no, let's try that man. That man will do it better. You see? They discourage you from bringing new blood into the arena. I know plenty of times I said to people, I see young guys in the community who I know are firebrand. They're quiet. When you get in a chance to lead, they will lead. They will lead and make decisions and do things. I know them. But other people in the community, they don't have confidence in these people. They don't see what we see in them. So when you tell them, man, let's try that guy. No, we can't use the same people. Oh, no, man, make him. Let's try that guy. Everybody want to try the people they know from the past. It's not working for us. We need to try some new blood. But you can't just try any new blood. You got to vet the people. People who are service, community-oriented. People who are always serving. People who are honest. There are people out there who are honest. We got to encourage these people. Promote them. Elevate them. And let's do away with some of these old people, man. Let's do away with some of the old people. Then let's bring the same criminals in our society, the children of these criminals. We need people who are not imbued with corruption. People who haven't seen people see this for so long. We need new people with new blood. It's tough to have some of these people because some of them, the rookies, they'll be tough. But it's sometimes good because life will make them understand when to be compassionate, when to be tough, and when to save people's lives. My class is done. I hope you learned something today. Okay? But if we don't rise to the plate to change our country by ourselves, everybody talking, oh, we got to do it. How can we do it? How can we do it? They say, oh, we can do it. We know. But there are steps to doing it. The first step is look at yourself. Look at yourself, and you must admit that the condition of our country is not good. If you still on the line, if you still say, oh, Joe, we are doing this, then you're not committed. But you must look at it. When they talk about the drainage system in Liberia's poor, from Johansson to Boakai Quarter, that's not a small thing. That the whole of Monrovia, Johansson is down Waterside, at the end of Slipway there, at the end of the Mama Point Hill there. That Johansson that building down there near the ocean. Boakai Quarter, and we're on the other side by the executive mansion. So on the news yesterday, the day before yesterday, the announcer said the drainage system in Monrovia is totally messed up from Johansson to Boakai Quarter community. That the whole of Monrovia. That's straight across the spectrum of our country. We in deep shit, my people. And that what coming out of those drainages, deep shit. Shitting all over the city. Smelling all over the city. We talk about it on my show, but I'm sorry my show couldn't come on. I'm sorry, my people. Yesterday, I don't know why my show didn't come on Facebook. Sometimes it does that. The check mark for the Facebook, usually I keep my thing on for a long while listening to news or set on my board. Sometimes it erases itself. If you don't check on it, it doesn't come on certain channels. Okay, so I always check. I just didn't check yesterday. My people, my hour is up. I hope you enjoy my class. We're talking about these things because it's important that we bring to your senses the realization of the fact that we can do better. We can do better, not only for Liberia, but for ourselves individually. Why should other people just live better? Look at Joe Weah and building compound with our money. We're not seeing nothing. All the people stealing millions and millions, we're not seeing nothing. Because it has been happening for too long, and we have not realized that we got to stick in it. Every Liberian got to stick in it. All of y'all living in West Point, all the places, y'all could have local houses built for y'all. With all this money they're stealing, we could have better living conditions in our houses for y'all. For y'all. In West Point, in Sonny, all the places, we could have better living conditions. But you're so used to being slowed down, to accepting the fact that people will steal. That's a norm in our society. And when that's a norm, we can never grow. Because all of us just accept the fact that people will steal. So we just accept it. No, that's something we should accept. That's something we should want to kick people's asses for. That's our money. We got to know the significance of money. I told you yesterday in the class, during my class, the whole class yesterday, we are Christians. Everything we talk about, Jesus. Go read the Bible. Nothing in the Bible God made his followers do. He didn't make us rich. Nothing. Read your Bible. The whole Bible is about economics. The economy of the people. Everything God told his people to do, he made them rich when they did it, when they obeyed him. He said, move your flock. I will give you fertile land. I will double your flock. I will triple your flock. Your flock will be as many as the sand on the beaches. Those are economics. Everything in the Bible is economics. And all the people in the Bible knew it. They never did anything for God if God didn't promise them something. God promised us everything, man. But it's just that we Africans, we have been taught to be enslaved for so long. We misinterpret the Bible. The Bible wants us to be rich. We that believe in Jesus Christ and the Holy Trinity, the God of our creation, got to be rich. We are not meant to be poor, but our mentalities keep us poor. Study your Bible. I talked about that yesterday, but you're in here on Facebook. Study your Bible. Did they have money there? Did they have cash money? Did they what we call barter? Flax, sheep. Any goods you got, that's trading. You give me 2 sheep, I give you 1 pair of cloth. That's barter. They didn't have money, they traded. And that's what God did. So what God did, he multiplied the things they had to trade. I will double your sheep. You know sheep cannot survive because in those days, the whole Middle East place was a desert. So God always promised his flock, his followers, good flock. I will give you land near the oasis where there's water. And where there's water, the land is always fertile. People don't suffer from thirst. People grow wealthy and strong. God loves us and makes us rich. We ourselves make ourselves poor by limiting ourselves to what we can do and what we cannot do. By limiting ourselves to thinking that only stealing can make us rich. No. Stealing is the last thing to make us rich. Stealing is the bottom of how to get rich. If you really going to get rich, you can't steal. There's no dignity in stealing because the cops, people will always question you, question your integrity, your honesty, your trustworthiness. When you do that to you, the money is worth nothing to you. You're just a low-down thief. But when you got money, you got prestige, you got integrity, you stand for something, your money is worth more than gold. Aluta. Continue. My class is done. See you next week. Happy New Year. Stay out of trouble. Drink reasonably. If you know you're going to get fucked up, stay home. Get drunk or you won't get drunk. Get high or you won't get high. Fall down the living room floor and go to sleep. Aluta. Stay out of jail. The time of the people is now. Hint to the wise is quite sufficient. Don't do what I wouldn't want you to. If you do it, don't let me hear my name in it. Have a good day, my people. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!